flight instruments set.
Good morning, Cessna 465 Charlie Alpha Northwest Apron, taxi for departure with Juliet.
Livermore 465 Charlie Alpha, Livermore ground, good morning, runway 25 right, taxi to Juliet Bravo.
5 right via Juliet Bravo, Cessna 5 Charlie Alpha, you're back early today.
Hot turn. Livermore to information, kilos current, altimeter 3009er.
Oil pressure is good, oil temperature is good, fuel's good, positive charge on the meter. Throttle back to 10,000. Full rich. Elevator trim set to take off. So check.
Livermore Tower, Cessna 66063, holding short 25 right with Juliet. For closed traffic.
Livermore 66063, Livermore Tower, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff, right closed traffic.
Clear for takeoff, Cessna 063, 25 right. And I'm a solo student that's doing my second solo.
Airspeed's alive. And we have takeoff. Oil pressure's good, oil temperature is good. Climb for 80. Altimeter's working. Vertical speed indicator is working. At 500 feet. We are on a heading of 250.
Livermore 063, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
And we have 800 feet. Turning crosswind.
Skylane 95721, clock at 3274 inbound, Livermore with Juliet.
My
Skylane 95721, Livermore Tower. Continue inbound for Livermore, just remain over the freeway. You're number 2 behind a Challenger on the ILS, just 3 miles southeast of your position.
721, we'll stay north of the highway, and we'll look for that Challenger. I got him.
turning downwind.
721, we'll slow it up a bit.
Skylane 721, roger, information kilos current.
Oil pressure's good, oil temperature's good. We're cruising at 95, a little fast. Pull up a bit. We're at 1,300 feet, a little bit above traffic pattern altitude. We're going to nose, level off, pull back on the throttle, 15. Oh, we're not quite at midfield yet, so we're going to maintain at 2100.
Livermore 063, will this be full stop taxi backs or staying in the pattern?
Staying in the pattern, doing touch and goes, 063.
Roger.
Our temp is looking good. We are airspeed 95.
At 585 at the 10 out, 5 right.
Select you at 585, Livermore Tower, continue. You're going to be number 2 behind the Cessna, midfield right downwind. Expect your clearance at 3 miles.
Roger, what's at 585?
Time is 8 a.m. We will terminate by 8:45. Alright. Carbine on. First notch of flaps. 10 degrees.
Livermore 063, turn base.
Turning base, 063.
Second notch of flaps.
Skyline 721, number 3, follow the Challenger, caution wake turbulence, runway 25 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 25 right, we'll watch the Challenger, 721.
Selection at 585, Cessna is now on the right base. Number 2, runway 25 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, I'm looking at 585.
And that traffic that you're following is going to be a touch and go, no factor.
Turning 585, thanks. Livermore Tower, Cessna 941, Romeo Bravo, holding short of 25 right, for right close traffic.
Third notch.
Cessna 941, Romeo Bravo, Livermore Tower, hold short, runway 25 right.
Hold short, 25 right, 941, Romeo Bravo.
Airspeed's 90, a little fast. Beating in, flaps up, full power.
Cessna 1 Romeo Bravo, without delay, runway 25 right, clear of takeoff. Traffic 3 mile final is a Challenger.
Right, clear of takeoff, 941 Romeo.
Now we have takeoff. Climb at 80.
Wind 270 at 4.
We're at 600 feet, 650.
Cessna 063, number 3, follow Skyline, 2 mile final, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
Number 3, or 25 right, Cessna 063.
Cessna 1 Romeo Bravo, number 4, follow the Skyhawk, right crosswind, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
Turning crosswind.
44 for 25 right, clear for the option, 941 Romeo Bravo.
Altimeter set to 1200. And we are turning downwind. We're at 1,000 feet. Oil pressure is good, oil temperature is good, fuel's looking good. RPM 2400, suction's looking good.
Selection at 585, right turn at Echo, continue straight ahead into parking, have a good day.
Alright, just park on 585, thanks.
We are at 1150. 1,150 feet. About to level off here. And we're at 1,200 feet, leveling off, throttling back to approximately 2,200 RPM.
Flex at 585, you can just remain there until the golf cart goes out.
RP just looking a little bit low. That's 6 degrees. I'm turning on some carb heat just for a moment, even though we're not ready to make our descent. Picture's full rich, radio set, landing light is on, carb heat on. We're at midfield. We're gonna do a carb heat on, first notch of flaps, and throttle back to 1,500.
Skyline 721, still parking.
We're going to air west up the northeast corner.
Skyline 721, continue via Juliet.
Juliet, air west 721, thanks.
Cessna 063, number 1.
Cessna 063, number 1, runway 25 right.
Tower 465, Charlie Alpha, holding 725 right, close traffic.
Runway 465, Charlie Alpha, Livermore Tower, without delay, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff, traffic light base.
No delay, 25 right, clear for takeoff, Charlie Alpha.
Second notch of flaps. RP is on. We have a guy taking off in front of us. We're at second notch. Turning final. It's a little bit too far extended, but we're okay. We're going to line back up.
Twin Cessna 5833 X-ray, Livermore ground, runway 25 right, taxi via Kilo, Bravo.
Full idle. Airspeed 75. Airspeed's bleeding off to 70. Have center line. No crosswind factor. And we have touchdown. RP in, flaps up, full power. And we are climbing at 80.
Cessna 5, Charlie Alpha, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
Right, clear for the Charlie Alpha.
Climbing 85, attitude indicators looking good. Carb heat is off because we're doing climb out. Carb temp is about 9 degrees, altimeter at 500 feet. Radio's looking good. Transponder's at the 1200. Great. 85 knots. RPM looking good. Suction's looking good. Fuel tanks both filled before we taxi to 25 right. Oil pressure's looking good. Oil temperature's still kind of low, which is totally fine. Still warming up. Battery has a positive charge. And turning crosswind. Exhaust gas temperature is looking good. About 12 degrees, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Actually, I don't know. Oh, 1,200 degrees, this times 100. We're at 900 feet, 95 knots. We are at 1,000 feet, turning downwind.
Livermore 063, number 2, follow Cessna right base, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
Cessna 063, number 2, runway 25 right.
We're at 1,200 feet. Pull back the throttle to about 2,200. Still in the green, we don't need carb heat yet. And I see traffic turning base. We're at number 2 to land. Literally just talking to myself right now. So for landing checklist, final approach speed is supposed to be 60 knots on touchdown.
Cessna 1, Romeo Bravo, number 3, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
Let's see for 25 right, clear for the option, 1 Romeo Bravo.
Make sure it's full rich. Radio is set. Sending light is on, not necessary for daytime. Alright, we're beam numbers. We're gonna do carb heat on. Check we're in the white arc. And first notch of flaps. Turning base. Slow turns in the pattern. Do not want to bank too much for safety purposes. Looking good. RPMs are 1,500. Second notch of flaps. Oil pressure's good, oil temperature's good.
Let's see a full stop for 1 Romeo Bravo.
Roger.
Turning final. Adding a little bit of throttle. We're slightly low. Throttle for altitude. Pitch for airspeed. We're low on this one. Made a mistake. Not sure what I did, but we're okay. We're still on the glide path. We're only going to do 2 knots.
Sorry, Alpha. There's an option to include a low approach.
Affirmative.
Thank you.
For a full idle. Starting the round out on a balloon. And we have touchdown, carb heat in, flaps up, full power. $75. We're climbing at 80. That was our third landing. Climb at 80. Runway is directly behind us. That's what you want to do. And we're at 500.
Number 5, Charlie Alpha, number 2, follow Cessna, short final, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
225 right, clear for the option, Charlie Alpha.
Livermore Tower,
Turn Cessna 583 direct, Livermore Tower, hold short, runway 25 right, Say again, departure request.
Write down my departure tree.
November 33 X-ray, roger. Hold short, runway 25 right.
Hold short to
800 feet, turning crosswind. Turning, yes, crosswind. Hand on throttle. Right hand on throttle, left hand on yoke. Yeah. Cruising right over the Livermore outlets. We are at 950 feet. We're at 1,050 feet. Climbing 85 knots. Turning downwind. Slow, shallow.
November 1 Romeo Bravo, turn right at Echo, say your intentions.
Turn right at Echo, we're not taxi back to
Nice to be flying at an airport.
November 1 Romeo Bravo, taxi via Juliet.
Protecting me from all the other traffic in the pattern and in the area. Alright, we're a little high. 1,300 feet. The airplane is definitely performing.
Second 5, Charlie Alpha, you were looking for low approaches.
Performing differently with less weight. I don't have
November 5, Charlie Alpha, change to runway 25 left. Runway 25 left, clear for the option. And on the go, continue straight out.
change to 25 left, clear for the option. Charlie Alpha, straight out, on the go.
Twin Cessna 33 X-ray, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff. Right downwind approved.
Takeoff, 25 right,
Cessna 063, runway 25 right, clear for the option, you're number 1.
Cessna 063, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
We're at 1,200 feet. We're at beam the numbers almost. We're gonna pull carb heat out. We're gonna do our first notch of flaps. We're in the white arc, but I should check that we're in the white arc before I do that, which I did. We're at 95 knots. We're at 1,000 feet. We are turning base, slow, shallow turns in the pattern. Everything's looking good. We're gonna turn second notch of flaps now that we're in.
November 3 direct right, early turn is approved.
Early turn, 3 direct, thank you.
Throttle for altitude.
Cessna 5 Charlie Alpha, you can resume right close traffic for runway 25 right. Your number 2, follow Cessna right base, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
Resume right close traffic, 25 right, number 2, 25 right, clear for the option, 5 Charlie Alpha.
I'm only going to use 2 notches of flaps, turning final. Airspeed 75. Always need to be checking airspeed. Another late turn to final, I need to do that earlier. Just talking to myself here. Alright. We have 2 white VASI lights. One of them is turning red already, so we're ready on the glide path. We're looking good. We are throttled down to 1200. We are on center line. Airspeed's a little fast. We're going to go full idle with the throttle. Airspeed 75. We're going to float a bit. A little bit of a bounce on that. Carb heat in. Flaps up. Full power. Climb at 80. Mistake on that landing was coming in too fast, not at the appropriate airspeed, so I had floating. Alright, we're climbing at 90 knots. Now pitch up slightly more to lower that airspeed to 80 knots. Attitude indicator is looking good. Carb temp is looking good. Carb heat is in. Our altitude is 600 feet. We are drifting to the left of center line, so need to use more right rudder. Get back on center line. Maintaining that
33 X-ray, frequency approved.
650 feet.
Searching 33 X-ray,
Transponder looking good. Full set to 1200. RPM's looking good. We're at full power. We are at 750 feet. Once we're 500 feet above ground level, we're going to make our crosswind, which we're starting to do now. We're at 850 feet. Airspeed 85. Suction is looking good. Fuel is still looking good. Battery has a full charge and positive charge. And the oil pressure is looking good. Oil temperature is good. We're climbing at 90. You're going to pitch up slightly more. Carb heat is in, of course. We are turning downwind. We are approaching our pattern altitude of 1,200 feet, which is about 1,000 feet above ground level. And we're going to nose down, level off, and we're going to pull back power, maintain our altitude approximately 2,200 RPM. We're having some gyroscopic precession, so we're going to realign our heading indicator with the magnetic compass. We're maintaining 1,200 feet in the pattern. Beacon light is on, everything is looking good. Double checking it, primers in.
Cessna 063, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
Cessna 063, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
I will definitely make note that, alright, we are beam numbers, so we will turn carb heat on. We're in white arc, so we will put first notch of flaps. Over time, this just becomes very routine, and you kind of will do all this stuff automatically. Right now, because I'm still a student, I'm really having to think about all this stuff while I do it, which is throttle 1500, which is definitely more work than it should be, but turning base. RP on, of course. First notch of flaps. We're at 1,100 feet. No problem. Rather be high than low. We are in our base. We will do second notch of flaps. If we are too high, we need to lose altitude, we will use more flaps, or we can do a forward slip, create more drag, and lose that altitude without gaining too much airspeed. Airspeed's at 75. We are going to remember to turn our final on time, so turning final. Carb heat is on. See on the carb temp that we're at 25 degrees Celsius, which is much better. Now this is a good turn to final because we are perfectly lined up with center line. And we are high, so we will pull back on throttle. Make sure our airspeed is looking good. We are at 75. Second notch of flaps, we're still fine. No need to do that third notch, I feel. We are full idle. 450 feet. Red over white, you're all right. You're looking good.
November 5, Charlie Alpha, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
25 right, clear for the option. 5 Charlie Alpha.
Light floating, too much pulling back on the yoke. Let it sink down and barely touch. And perfect landing on that one. Flaps up, carb heat in, full power. more right rudder on these takeoffs. And we are climbing at 80.
Livermore Tower, flight 607 Delta, inbound from Danville, low landing.
Pilatus 807 Delta, Livermore Tower, make right traffic, only 25 right.
Right traffic, 5 right, 07 Delta, morning.
703008.
We are climbing airspeed of 90, pitch up a little bit more, bleed off some of that airspeed. Well, we don't want to bleed it off, we just want to climb faster, so we want to pitch up to 80. Airspeed indicator is very important, always want to make sure it's working. So, upon takeoff, you check that your airspeed indicator is alive, which means it is working. Alright, we are at 500 feet above ground level. We will start our crosswind turn. Suction's looking good, oil pressure is good, oil temperature is good, fuel's looking good. Positive charge on the battery. Kind of sit back a little bit more. Not sure if this is good. Climbing at 80, altimeter is 1,100.
Cessna 063, number 2, follow Skyhawk short final, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
Cessna 063, number 2 for 25 right, clear for the option.
We are at 1,150 feet, approaching our pattern altitude of 1,200 feet. We are now at 1,200 feet. We are pitching down to level off, pulling back on the throttle with 2,200 RPM to maintain our altitude. Maintaining 1,200 feet. And beautiful day out here. Slightly foggy. Looks like we have some ground fog.
Pilatus 07 Delta, number 2, follow Cessna midfield right downwind, runway 25 right, clear to land.
Number 2, found the Cessna midfield right downwind for 07 Delta, we have in sight.
And our airspeed is 100 knots. Carb temp is positive, so we don't have carb icing, which is good. And you said we're number 2. I didn't see traffic land. I do see a guy taking off again. That must be him. We are at 1,000 feet. We are at beam arm numbers, so we will turn carb heat on. Verify that we are in white arc, which we are, 97 knots. First notch of flaps, 10 degrees of flaps.
November 5, Charlie Alpha, number 3, follow Pilatus, head into your right, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
Back to
3 Pilatus, 25 right, clear for the option, 5 Charlie Alpha.
Cessna 35502, Livermore ground, runway 25 right, taxi via Kilo Bravo, squawk 5341.
We are turning base. RPM. I feel like we're a little low, but that's because I'm looking down to the ground, which I don't really need to be, but we're at 800 feet. Kind of just want to look out and get an overview of where we're at. I will say it is a little bit scary looking down at the ground. Feel like you're quite low. And our airspeed is 80. We are turning final. Very slow. We're using 10 degrees of flaps this time. And red over white, we're alright. We're at the right altitude for this glide path. To do those turns a little faster.
Traffic confirm into the full stop.
And it should be a touch and go.
Actually, we will go to second notch of flaps. Red over white, you're alright. We're looking good. We're on the glide path. We are on center line. Airspeed is a little fast right now. We're at 80, bleeding off to 75. For 70. Alright, we have touchdown. Carb heat in. Full power. 65, rotate. pitch for 80. I think that might have been our 5th landing, I'm not sure. We are climbing quite well. Airplane performs really nice with one person in it. That extra 200 pounds makes a big difference. We're a little bit fast. Nose up a bit. Get that airspeed back to where we want it to be, which is around 80 knots. Our temp looking good. We're at 600 feet. Airspeed 87. Oil temperature is looking good. Oil pressure is looking good. And we are 750 feet. Around 800 feet, we will turn our crosswind. We are turning crosswind. Low shallow turns in the pattern for safety. We are at
Pilatus, 07 Delta, are you parking the Five Rivers?
On the base tower, pick up passenger, 7 Delta.
Roger, turn right at Echo, continue to parking via Juliet.
Echo, Juliet, market accurate, just over the new terminal, low, 7 Delta.
and we are turning downwind.
Livermore 063, number 2, follow Cessna short final, runway 25, right, clear for the option.
Cessna 063, number 3, 25 right.
We are approaching our pattern altitude. We will nose down. We will pull back on our power to 2,100 RPM. We're losing altitude to maintain that proper pitch. We are looking good. We're at 1,200 feet, which is the perfect pattern altitude here at Livermore Airport. We are midfield. We are beam our numbers, so we will pull carb heat back.
Extra 98 Tango Juliet, Livermore ground, runway 25, right taxi via Kilo Bravo.
We are in the white arc, so we will do our first notch of flaps, 10 degrees of flaps. Turning base. About 1,700 RPM. I think I need to pull back to 1,500, but we're just cruising right now, so we're cool. Just remind myself to check all the proper power settings in the pattern. That's one thing I guess I need to do. Alright. We are at 750 feet. We are turning final for runway 25 right. Still 10 degrees of flaps. I'll do one more notch upon and we're looking good. Red over white, you're alright. Good glide slope. And we are in our final. We are on final rather. Second notch of flaps. We are at 20 degrees of flaps. Giving us some lift, definitely need to pitch down. Red over white, you're alright. RP is on. and we are high. Definitely need to get used to the feel of where we're at. Right over white, we're still good. And we are at 1100 RPM, airspeed is 75. Rotating up balloon.
Number 5, Charlie Alpha, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
Right, clear for the option, 5 Charlie Alpha.
And full power. A lot of P factor on these takeoffs. Gotta really push that right rudder in. And we are climbing at 85 knots. We are at 500 feet. We are at 650 feet. Everything's looking good. All of our fuses are in. Oil pressure is good. Oil temperature is good. We have suction. Airspeed indicators are working great. We're at 750 feet. We will start turning our crosswind now. Really a lot to think about. And it's very different flying solo than with the instructor next to you because you kind of have that lifeline. You don't really have to worry about all this stuff as much because you know you have him right there.
Livermore Tower, extra 9 right Tango Juliet, hold short 25 right, downwind departure.
Extra 9 right, Tango Juliet, Livermore Tower, hold short, runway 25 right.
Hold short 25 right, 9 right Tango Juliet.
Alright, we are turning downwind. We are 1,000 feet. knots. And we are on our downwind. 2,400 RPM. We are approaching our pattern altitude, so we will start to nose down and pull back on the throttle to a nice cruise RPM of approximately 2,200. And we are at our pattern altitude now, on our downwind for 25 right, and making right traffic, which is not the standard traffic pattern.
Extra 9 right, Tango Juliet, left turnout approved for now, runway 25 right, clear of takeoff.
Can we get a right crosswind by chance on 25 right, 9 right Tango Juliet?
Cessna 5 Charlie Alpha, turn crosswind. Extra 9 right, Tango Juliet, affirmative. I need you to make an early turn though, I gotta get this phenom out.
Roger, early turn, 9 right Tango Juliet, right crosswind 25 right.
Exit 318, Livermore Tower, runway 25 right, line up 18, traffic in the pattern.
25 right, line up 18, exit 318.
Cessna 063, traffic in positions of phenom, report in sight.
I see the phenom at holding short 25 right, 063.
Cessna 5 Charlie Alpha, traffic in position is a phenom, report in sight.
Adam 5 Charlie Alpha.
We are putting carpet on.
Cessna 063 and November 5 Charlie Alpha, maintain visual separation with that traffic. Caution wake turbulence. Stand by for your clearances.
Copy, 063.
Cessna 5 Charlie Alpha, traffic crossing right to left, no factors, going to be extra turning to the north. Exit 318, runway 25 right, clear of takeoff.
All right, clear takeoff, exit 318.
Livermore Towers, this is Cessna 060. Am I extending my downwind?
Negative, sir. You are clear for the option, runway 25 right for Cessna 063.
Cessna 060, turning base 25 right.
Livermore Tower, 35502, holding short 25 right, request a right downwind departure.
November 35502, Livermore Tower, runway 25 right, clear of takeoff, right down approved.
clear for takeoff, 25 right, 35502.
Cessna 502, caution wake turbulence.
Roger, thanks, 35502.
Number 5, turn Alpha. Number 2, follow Cessna 1 mile final, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
With 225 right, clear for the Alpha, not Charlie Alpha.
Exit jet 318, contact NorCal departure.
NorCal exit jet 3.
Extra 18 to Juliet, freaking chain approved.
Alright, King Juliet, thanks. Alright. Have a guy taking off. We're on the glide path. We're a little fast, but we have carpet on. And now we are going slow down our engine to about 1500. First notch of flaps. Full idle. We'll do our second notch of flaps. And we're looking good. Airspeed 75, red over white, you're alright, we're looking good. We're on the glide path, we are on center line. And perfect. Ding. And carbine in full power, flaps up. And we have lift off. Airspeed is 80. Definitely felt some of that wake turbulence from that jet that just took off the scene on 100. We're at 500 feet. And this will be, so I'll practice this next radar call. Livermore Tower, Cessna 66063, terminating. I think I need to say something like that, terminating. Turning our crosswind.
Cessna 502, contact NorCal approach 125.1.
125.1, 35502, thanks.
They're turning our downwind.
Cessna 063, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
Cessna 063, this will be a full stop, 25 right.
Roger.
We are still climbing. We are approaching pattern altitude. We're at 1,150 feet. At 1,200 feet, we will pitch down, level off, and pull back on the power. Still in the green, so we don't need carpet yet. And takeoff check, or the landing checklist. Final approach airspeed will be 60 knots. Flaps, full flaps. Don't feel that's necessary today. Final approach airspeed 60 knots with flaps. Down to 40 degrees. Definitely don't need 40 degrees of flaps. Still at 1,200 feet, we're at midfield. Touchdown install, main first, landing roll, gently lower nose, braking minimum required. Our time is 8:45 a.m. Alright, so we're going to do carpet on. First notch of flaps. We are turning our base.
Pilatus 807 Delta, ready to go 25 right, and we are eastbound departure.
Pilatus 807 Delta, Livermore Tower, hold short on 25 right.
Short 25 right, 67 Delta.
Second notch of flaps. We are on our base. We are turning final. Standing, making sure we're checking our airspeed. Airspeed 75, fine. White over white, we're a little high. We're definitely high, which is no problem. And we have red.
Cessna 5 Charlie Alpha, extend downwind. I'll call the base traffic, it's going to be a Pilatus departing.
Right, extend downwind, 5 Charlie Alpha.
Red over white, you're alright, we're looking good. Airspeed 80.
And November 5 Charlie Alpha, that traffic will be holding in position.
That's good now, 5 Charlie Alpha.
We're full idle. We're gonna float because we have extra airspeed, no problem. Pitching up until lead off the airspeed and touchdown.
Pilatus 07 Delta, runway 25 right, line up and wait. Traffic in the downwind to Cessna.
Pilatus 07 Delta, 25 right, line up and wait.
November 063, turn right at Echo and continue the parking via Juliet.
Turning right at Echo, 063.
Cessna 5 Charlie Alpha, base approved.
Base, 5 Charlie Alpha.
Pilatus 07 Delta, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
5 right, clear for takeoff, just said there'll be a right downwind.
Roger. November 5 Charlie Alpha, runway 25 right, clear for the option.
5 right, clear for the option, 5 Charlie Alpha.
Right. I don't know how many landings that was, but I think it might have been around 10. I'll have to watch the video again to confirm. Thought that was a pretty successful first crew solo without any instructor around whatsoever. After landing checklist, get our flaps up.
Livermore Tower, flight on
RV's been in, fine.
Papa holding short of runway 25 right.
Takeoff, we're
Ready
looking
to
good.
take off like closing in the pattern.
November 7380 Papa, Livermore Tower, right close traffic, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
Okay, for takeoff, runway 25 right, right, traffic pattern. ATR Papa.
And as we taxi back to parking, we are steering with our feet with the rudders. Everything's looking good. The plane performed very well. The sputtering problem didn't really happen this time around.
Livermore Tower, good morning. Bonanza 135 Jet Lima coming up on the Alpha Mark 12 out with Kilo.
Wing flaps up after lane checklist.
Bonanza 135 Lima, Livermore Tower, good morning. Make straight in, runway 25 right.
Straight in, 25 right, 5 Jet
Brakes
Lima.
on, transponder off. Video's off.